So good morning, everyone. I'm Randy Lewis from the American Studies Department. I'm also editor of The End of Austin, which some of you may have come across, I hope so. I've had an investment in public scholarship in various forms for a long time, as I suspect many of you have. The End of Austin started a couple years ago in a graduate seminar, and you'll hear more about that today. And it went from a project that was just in a seminar on documentary to something that's now, Austin Magazine called it an essential resource for people moving to Austin on a very small budget. So that's one of the projects that I see as public scholarship that the American Studies Department's involved in, but it's something that I've been doing in one form or another since the mid-1990s. So engaged scholarship and practice and principle is something that I'm invested in, I'm sure you're invested in as well. And I'm very grateful to the college for hosting this day-long workshop. It's a wonderful opportunity for us all to get together and share ideas. And I'm delighted to introduce our distinguished panel, distinguished colleagues on this panel, and soon to be distinguished graduate student at the end there. We're going to go in the order that I'll introduce them. After the introductions, I will say a few words to kind of frame things. First, let me start with Pauline Strong from the Anthropology Department. Director of the Humanities Institute, author of many works in anthropology, cultural studies, history, media studies, Native American studies, and sports studies. Next is Joan Neuberger, who studies modern Russian culture in the history department, the author of a wide range of publications, the founding editor of Not Even Past, the history department's public website, and co-editor of 15 Minute History, a podcast series that has reached the #1 ranking on iTunes News. Very impressive. James Henson directs the Texas Politics Project. His efforts include open access web-based textbooks on Texas government and politics, the Texas Politics Speaker Series here at UT, and the UT Texas Tribune Poll. He writes regularly for the Texas Tribune and any other activities. And then Sean Cashbaugh is a PhD candidate in the Department of American Studies, where he does research on cultures of radicalism, political aesthetics, and underground art. He has taught classes on science fiction and the history of Marxism in the United States. He's been a member of the End of Austin Collective for 2 years. Public scholarship, fundamentally an act of translation, of taking your existing projects, your existing work, and making it accessible to a broader audience. Or is it a process that requires baking in some new assumptions, new procedures from the very beginning? Is it collaborative in nature, co-constructed with the public, however defined? No doubt it is all of these things and more. So